Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a Hot Wheels Tesla Cybertruck. I received this one in a package sent from Paul at Diecast Graveyard. Thanks again, Paul. This is a truck that you either love or hate, and I'm not really into origami, so I'm taking the side of those who are not so enthusiastic about it. This is my entry to a three-way collaboration between myself and Ben from BP Custom Creations and Chuck at Diecast Media Network. And those are a couple of heavyweight builders who are above my weight class, shall we say. It was some time ago that Ben got the three of us talking about doing a collaboration, and it took a while to come up with this casting. I half-mockingly suggested the theme of a garbage truck, and it stuck. So off we go. I'm putting a link in the description for both Ben and Chuck's YouTube channels, so you can watch what they come up with out of their creative minds, and I can personally guarantee you're going to be well entertained by those two. Such creative guys. And I'm happy to be swimming in the deep end of the pool with them for this collaboration. Hey, look what just happened. I crossed the 3,000 sub milestone mark. And to say thank you, as well as celebrate the occasion, I'm doing a 3 customs giveaway later in September. Stay tuned for more details. Also coming up on the last day of the month is the 4 Horsemen Invitational. And the 3 Blind Mice are disbanding, and they're sponsoring what they're calling the Last Build. And you can look for my Mad Max Fury Road Doofwagon also later in September. The very best way you can support me is to give this video a thumbs up and to become a Maple Leaf Customs subscriber. It doesn't cost you a thing. So why don't you hit that little button in the bottom right corner of your screen right now. Thanks for doing that. I've already gone ahead and cut away the rear deck of the Cybertruck to make way for what's going to be a garbage bin, and I'm filling in the back door lines because there's going to be no back seat in this anymore. So out it comes as well, using the very messiest process that I could think of. I used some styrene sheets to fabricate this garbage bin, following the roof lines as best that I could with those blue guidelines that I drew on. But to ensure that it's exact, I put the body back on top of this, kind of a dry fit, and I'm sanding it down to the roof edges. So now I know that this interior garbage bin conforms as closely as possible to the main body. Today's community shout-out goes to Gabo's Custom Diecast. Here you're going to find lots of custom work, including an entry into my recent Canada Day Invitational. There's a link in the description so you can find Gabo. Go by and give him a visit and a thumbs up, and I'd appreciate you doing that. Meanwhile, I've taped off the rear portion of this large windshield and roof window and cut away the back half because that's now where the garbage bin goes. That required a little bit of cleanup along the edges with some sandpaper, followed by a little spit shine with some plastic polish. Looking good. And the plan is starting to come together. On the theme of a cyber garbage truck, I found in my inventory this Matchbox Garbage Scout that has a large dumpster on the back that is perfect for this project, and I'm also going to be able to use that lifting arm device as well. It'll take a little bit of modification and fabrication that you'll see in a few moments. And I thought one of the ways to change the distinctive look of the Cybertruck is simply to invert the color. So I'm going from this stainless steel body type to a metallic black. And the inside garbage bin and the opening doors that I'll have on those are going to be in the silver metallic look. I gotta mess things up now with my weathering paints and powders. It's a garbage truck, after all, and it's not gonna look like showroom condition. The Cybertruck is a battery electric light-duty truck announced by Tesla in 2019. There are 3 models planned: a single motor rear-wheel drive, dual motor all-wheel drive, tri-motor all-wheel drive, and actually there are now plans for a quad motor AWD in the works. The stated goal of Tesla in developing the Cybertruck is to provide a sustainable energy substitute for the roughly 6,500 fossil fuel powered trucks sold per day in the United States. According to Musk, the design of the Cybertruck was inspired by Blade Runner and the Lotus Esprit driven by James Bond in The Spy Who Loved Me, the one that doubled as a submarine. The Cybertruck uses an exoskeleton like most modern aircraft, rather than the body-on-frame construction which is typical of trucks, as a standard vehicle frame would conflict with the underfloor battery pack. It uses unusually thick 3mm cold-rolled stainless steel body panels which cannot be stamped like conventional auto parts. These panels can only be bent along straight lines, resulting in the very distinctive futuristic look. The Cybertruck was unveiled at the Tesla Design Studio in LA on November 21, 2019. During the unveiling, Tesla claimed that the Cybertruck's armor glass windows were virtually unbreakable, but 2 windows shattered when Franz von Holzhausen threw a metal ball at each of them. Musk jokingly exclaimed that the ball didn't make it through, and we'll fix it in post. Tesla stock was down 6% following the Cybertruck announcement. I decided to make a control box that'll fit on the back quarter panel driver's side of the garbage truck, so I've used a U-shaped piece of styrene, and I'm just bending a couple of household straight pins and gluing them in place, same way I make a stick shift. They're the perfect scale size for these projects. Everything else in the Cybertruck is pretty high-tech, but Elon is going to have to open the door and walk down to the back to operate the gear shifts for the dumpster mechanism. For safety reasons, I'm painting the bottom scoop part of the dumpster lifting arms in bright red. And I fabricated this out of the dumpster scout arms from the Matchbox. The top part that I'm moving there is from a John Deere tractor, and I had to fabricate this mounting post as well as the pin or the hinge that connects both pieces together. And it's quite ingenious, if I say so myself. You'll see it in operation in a couple of moments. This is how I often make my tarps, and in this case, just some kind of discarded type of tarp that's stuck to the inside of the garbage bin, as you often see. A little Mod Podge on top of some standard tissue wrapping paper, and then I can paint them in various colors and weather them to make them look worn right out. This one's going to be called Cyber Trash Recycling Unit, and that's a name that a whole lot of people probably already use for the Cybertruck, even if it's not being converted into a garbage scow. 1 or 2 final details, and we're almost there. And everything's dried up and ready to put back together. So here's the simple process. After several dry fits, I'm already confident that everything fits the right way. I'll put the half glass back in the front portion. And it's smoked out so you don't really see the interior, therefore I didn't do much interior detail. and I decided it fits together better upside down, so there it is. Couple of screws go into the front and the back. In post-production, I'm going to touch them up with a little bit of black paint so they're virtually invisible in there. The dumpster itself fits perfectly because those red-colored lifting arms are from the same Matchbox Garbage Scout, so you knew they would fit. And all that's left to do, and I had to do this at the very end, is now glue in the garbage bin closing doors. So I cut them out in one piece to fit, divided them, put a couple of ribs in there for some texture. I didn't go so far as to make these working hinges, so it doesn't open and close. I'm just going to glue them in the open position, and you can see, sort of like wings, these would also catch a little bit of garbage that might fall outside of the limits of the bin. Looks like that. And my very final step is to take some of this ground texture that I like to use in instances like this to look like some extra garbage actually runs down the windshield a little bit. Of course, it's on the dumpster. And the final product looks like this. Kind of dirty. It is a garbage truck. And there's how my mechanism works. What do you think of that? I'm quite pleased. Tesla logo on the front hood. See, original wheels, refurb with a little bit of chrome to contrast the metallic black body. My channel logo goes on the bottom. No other detail to work with down there. Oh, what's that? Shattered glass? For authenticity. And of course, it's an MLC roller. I don't know if you like the origami look on this or not. I'm not so favorable of it, but it sure was a fun project, although an odd shape to work with. And this is what I came up with in the end. I like the dumpster mechanism. You'll notice the rear windows were filled in because there's no more back seat. I like that gearbox. And I think the total look is obviously a garbage truck. And I hope you enjoyed watching what I had to do with this. I will put it in to a custom card blister pack, but this one will not go to the Goodwill shop for a little boy or girl. There's just too many parts that could be broken or swallowed on that. So I've got to go on an industrious search for someone who might enjoy having this in their collection. But it gets a certificate of authenticity like all of my customs do. Please be sure to go by and visit BP Custom Creations and Diecast Media Network to see what they came up with for a cyber garbage truck. Links are in the description. And thank you again for visiting my channel today. It's coffee time.